Hello, my beautiful African people. Today we are talking about Nigeria. Nigeria is fast becoming full-grown banana republic, and I will tell you why. Some of you might not know that Nigeria, the economy is tied to hard currency, foreign currency. When we talk about foreign currency, we talk about dollars. Because Nigeria is one of the oil producing countries, which means that they're going to export this oil and get hard currency. So if anything happens to dollars, it's going to affect the Nigerian economy. And also Nigerians have an eye for Western goods. Most of the stuff Nigerians, especially the rich ones, most of the stuff they want to buy foreign-made stuff. They despise the local-made stuff in that country. And Nigerians as well, among the Africans, they are number one when it comes to their love for Western education, which means the parents send their children to study in the West, and they need a foreign currency to do that, because now the economy have descended into chaos. Even though on paper Nigeria is the biggest economy in Africa, on paper, but this doesn't translate to the reality on the ground in Nigeria today, because people are suffering badly currently in Nigeria. And when you look at the exchange rate, because Nigeria economy is tied to the hard currency, the dollars and pounds, when you look at the exchange rate as of today, or this time around, £1, for instance, is equal to 2,100 and something naira in black market, which is almost the official market of the foreign exchange business in Nigeria. And when you look at the dollars, on the other hand, it's getting close to one dollar, almost 1,800 naira. And most the Nigerian economy don't produce much locally. Even the matches, even the candles are imported to Nigeria. They import all the basic stuff they can produce in the country. They import it, but you shouldn't be surprised that nothing or little is produced in Nigeria, because Nigeria have never had a steady power supply since it got independent. And how can you produce anything in a country that doesn't have a constant power supply? And there's no excuse now these days for Nigeria to still not be able to have a steady power supply in this century, in this modern time. if it takes America, for instance, 200 years, to come to develop fully, if any country that have the resources currently now, they want to develop like America, if they are sincere and know what they're doing, it shouldn't take them 50 years, because the technology is here to help us. And the human resources as well, because the population of the world have increased as well. So there's no excuse for Nigeria not to have a steady power supply. But Nigeria is marred by corruption and incompetency in their leadership level. And the way most of them doesn't know the way the economy runs. Because even when you see the amount of money the federal government of Nigeria is sharing with the state, and when you look at those states in Nigeria and how they are spending this money, you conclude that these people have no idea about how to run anything. They shouldn't be close to any leadership position, those governors, because they are still building roads. The people are congratulating them for building roads. They're going to be building roads for 30 years. They have this money, but they don't know what to do with it. And the sad part of this project, some of them white elephant project they are building, is that they give this contract away to foreign companies, which means they get this money, this dollar, when they sell their fuel, their oil, and get this foreign currency. They give it back to these foreign contractors, foreign companies. None of them give this contract to local contractors, which will keep this money among the locals. But when you give this money away to the foreign contractors, they're going to buy the equipment. They don't produce those equipment they're going to use to build this project in Nigeria. They're going to go and buy it, foreign land, in their people. And most of the time, they employ their people as well. They can only give hard work where there is more difficult. They give it to the locals to do those jobs and pay them peanuts. You see, Nigeria is just losing money, or the people is losing money. And this idea of having an old man in charge of a country. When you look at Cameroon, and the man is 91 years, and when you look at Nigeria, the current president, no one even knows his age. I think he is close to 90 as well, if I can compare him with the Cameroonian president. And somebody in this age, how do you expect that he's going to be able to run the country as big as Nigeria? He can't. So the situation is not going to get better even if someone tells the people of Nigeria, like, they have those religious leaders that tell them lies or tell them what they want to hear, try to help them by giving them some positive prophecy. They call it fake prophecy. I think it's going to be all right. It's not going to be all right. But we're not going to finish without saying what is the people of the country, that country should do to help them in these hard times. I think there's a lot of stuff they can do, but they're going to put on hard work to do that. Like, if you're still in that country, because I know Nigerians, they love education, especially, going to university, But on the other hand, they they don't like, or some of them doesn't like trade, to get handiwork and they know some stuff. I think if you are going to university in Nigeria currently now, you should go and learn some handiwork as well, handiwork, so that help you in this situation. And secondly, if your family happen to have a land, this we are yet to enter rainy season. I think people should go back and go to the farms and start planting some vegetables and plants and food in general. Start cultivating, because this is gonna get hard in that country. Because when you look at the caliber of people they have at the leadership and how corrupt some of them, if not all of them, are, that things are not gonna get better there. It's not gonna get better. So people should find a way to survive this hardship, because it's gonna get worse. Even the last regime, the Buhari regime, people think things has gotten bad, worse, but currently you see that things are even worse than what it used to be in that Buhari time, and Buhari was there for 8 years. And after 80 years, the country is going down because he failed to do nothing. Because it's not about timing the year you're going to spend in the office. This is not how the Western world operates. They have a program for 20 years, 30 years, even the Chinese, how to manage, how to predict what's going to happen, even if there's change of leadership. This should be ongoing progress. Well, we don't see progress, we don't see changes. And what we see is the worst outcome, and the insecurity in Nigeria doesn't help matters as well. And Nigerians now, the politicians, they have already used they already use their military and the police force as their tool. They're serving these people. These forces are serving the politicians, not the people, because the politicians is giving them peanuts, and they think they're better than the other citizens that are suffering. But they're not, because if there's no electricity in your area, there's no electricity, so you're gonna suffer as well. And because what I don't think is that Nigeria can conquer this problem of power. I think the only solution to this problem of power in Nigeria is for people to look for an alternative on how to power your houses, maybe solar energy. And because if you depend on the government, you'll be heartbroken all the time. Even when they bring power, they'll take it, can give you for two days. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and help us to grow. And please like our video. I'm your Bratan, the Muda. Peace.